going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 47 of the Potty Mouth Podcast, also known as DMP. I am always your host, Greg. Let's get right into it. I know what everyone's going to say. Greg, you love the NBA. Stick up for them. You're not going to bash them. You're going to somehow swing that NBA All-Star was fine. You're going to talk about that first instead of the Four Nations. We know you. Yada, yada, yada. Same old story. And yeah, you're right. Because it wasn't that bad. And people are overreacting. And I will get to hockey. But let's just get this out of the way. I was going to start with hockey. But all I've been seeing and hearing is how, well, now it's Wednesday. But Monday and Tuesday were just shredding the NBA All-Star game. All right, so the negative, I didn't love what LeBron did. If he knew he wasn't playing, someone else should have been there. That's the big negative, was LeBron. Everything else was fine. It was fine. It's an exhibition. Why do people care so much? These players, the NBA is so successful. These players make so much money now, thanks to the fans, thanks to having a great product for so long, that they make so much money that they don't care about exhibition because they're not trying to get hurt. And I'm sure every owner who watched his players play in that game didn't want anything stupid happening either. But anyway, I should start with hockey, but I'm not going to because I already started down this path. All right, we really only have two topics. It's the NBA All-Star Game and the Four Nations Final, which is tomorrow night, which is the biggest story in sports right now. The Four Nations Final, Canada vs. U.S. rematch. We got there. But let me just get the NBA stuff out of the way. We do have a third story I'll finish with. But so I didn't watch the Rising Stars. I didn't watch the Celebrity Game. DVR'd them. I'll probably get to them in June. But yeah, so I tuned in Saturday. I had two screens going. I had the amazing U.S.-Canada game. And I had the skills competition going on the NBA Saturday night with all the competition. So let's just get that out. It started off with the skills comp, where like the obstacle course, where my pick to win, the Spurs cheated and didn't actually take shot attempts. They just kind of threw the ball off the rack about 3 feet away from them for time. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. I thought this was funny. If there's anyone out there in the world who bet them because of me alone, 1, yikes. 2, not my fault. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, right? But it was funny. Who cares? This isn't serious. It's Chris Paul. He's competitive. He's kind of a dirty player if you really watch him. So even though I did hear that Wemby might have been the brains behind this, and he's competitive too. He took the All-Star game very, very seriously. And he's a bright spot in the NBA going forward if people really care about the competitiveness of an exhibition game. So that was whatever. And then they got DQ'd, so they couldn't even win if they didn't give them like a second run or anything. So the Cavaliers won. Team Cavs beat the Warriors. Draymond Green could not hit a shot. Draymond Green was down on the whole weekend. What was he doing? He was doing the same shit that got Mark Jackson and Van Gundy fired from ESPN. He's just bashing the product, and he's an active player. It's kind of crazy. He was too hard on the Rising Stars. Like, come on, dude. He left like Vince Carter, Lefko, and Jalen Rose up there. Like, kind of like, all right, dude. Like, say something else. You're a broken record, but whatever. And Oscar Robinson actually went after him, which was pretty funny. He kind of backtracked a little towards the end, but he said, like, your game's boring because all you do is pass to. All you do is pass to Curry. But he did compliment him in the same comment, but it was whatever. All right, let me wrap this NBA stuff up because I know no one cares other than me and a few other people in the world. But, well, a lot of people in the world, but whoever's listening to this probably doesn't care. They're probably just supporting me because they're friends or family because we haven't reached out to more people yet. With that said, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Do what you got to do to get more of us. We are on pretty much every social media platform. Give some follows, give some comments, give some likes. Tell your friends if they're bored on a commute, they're bored on the toilet, in the shower. Put us on. See if I entertain you. Who knows? The more the merrier as we try to build this. I say we. I do have a co-host. No idea where he is, but whatever. I'm holding the fort down. So that was the skills. Then we went to the 3-point. 3-point, my pick. I went with the hometown boy, Buddy Hield, to hold off Damian Lillard from winning, I believe, the second in a row. Not 3, second in a row for Lillard. And Tyler Hero ruined the party. My guy, my pick, Buddy Hield, set the pace. He had 31 after the first round. There's only 2 rounds in this. And Tyler Hero quietly, like barely got in over Brunson. And he won. He won the day. Now this, other than Hield lighting up the round he went in the first round, and other than the Lillard storyline, you had really good players and all-stars in this 3-point competition, but no personality. As much as I love Lillard and Brunson's an all-star, but they just lack that personality. So maybe they needed like a Curry or a Clay or someone to like be a little cocky, showboat a little, maybe, but still fun. What can you do to change the 3-point? It's fine. It's fine the way it is. So skills and 3-point, fine. Then let's get to the main event, which is now, again, the main event of the skills competition, the All-Star Saturday, because of this kid, Mac McClung, who first dunk comes out, jumps over a Kia, almost face-planted and broke his face and lost teeth on the court his first attempt. But it wasn't really an attempt. He didn't really touch the ball. So he landed all of his dunks on the first try. Stephen Castle, who came in second, almost won this, believe it or not. Well, McClung, if you didn't see it, McClung's dunks were phenomenal. And they were, yes, things we've seen before, but better, like improved. Almost like a reboot, like some reboot television shows or movies now. Like not that most of them are better, but he improved on a lot of previous ideas. McClung's a monster. He's won 3 in a row now. First to ever win 3 straight. I think he's going to hang him up. But it did get Ja Morant, Greek Freak, tweeting, talking. Who knows if they're serious. LeBron did this back in the day too. Said, I got to do it next year. But we'll see. I mean, Ja Morant would be a hell of a good entry for it and probably an all-star next year. But I don't know. It was good. Yeah, you had a couple guys that couldn't land the dunk first attempt, but there's a time now. It's not like the home run derby before, like it's not like the home run derby with the 10 outs where everyone was taking pitches and the home run derby was 5 fucking hours just to see Josh Hamilton break the record and lose. So I don't know. So that was the skills, and then the highlight of. Oh, I don't think I edited this picture for the YouTube audience. The highlight of the weekend, I'm going to get to this. The highlight of the NBA weekend was this kid, whoever Mr. Beast is. I know he's popular, but not on my radar. This kid, Jaden, whatever the hell his name is, they pulled a kid out of the crowd who looked like Dominic Mysterio Jr., if you've ever seen him, Rey Mysterio Jr.'s son. And they said, hey, Jaden, sorry, I don't know his name, but look it up on YouTube or X or Blue Sky or whatever, Instagram. They said, if you can hit one half-court shot before Damian Lillard hits 3, we'll give you $100K. And Mr. Beast, whoever that is, was like, have you ever played basketball? He's like, yeah, I used to play. He started to go like on a long answer. Mr. Beast pulled the mic away. But long story short, he played when he was growing up. Now, he's coming kind of close. And then I'm going to spoil it. Pause me right now. Go watch it, then come back. Comes kind of close. Lillard hits 1. Lillard misses a few times. Comes close again. then they pull out Kenny. Mr. Beast, no one expected this. Mr. Beast was trying to get Shaq out in the court, and everyone was ignoring him. Then finally Kenny walked up and gave him like legit shooting advice. You could hear it if you watch it. Gave him like legit shooting advice that people probably wouldn't think to do. And then so now Lillard has 2. Lillard hits another one, and this kid's coming closer. Now Shaq walks up and whispers something to his ear. I would have liked. I hope Shaq was like, if you make it or miss it, I'll give you $50K. I don't know. I don't know what Shaq said or did, but because he said Mr. Beast asked him like, what do you do with the money, and he said he'd help his family out and college and all that. And then Lillard puts up for his third, misses, and then again went a little long with the attempts because Lillard couldn't hit the third right away. So Mr. Beast goes, all right, we're going to commercial in 30 seconds. Just keep shooting. Sure enough, the kid banks one, makes it, goes nuts. They tell him like because they're trying to beat the commercial break, but I think TNT laid out. They tell him he jumps in this big pile of money. The mascots like lifted him up on their shoulders. It was awesome. It was awesome to see. As much like, it was better than the game day kick because Pat McAfee's not kicking against him. He's just yelling at him and being too overhyped. And Herbstreit's dog is probably licking his ankles. But anyway, I haven't watched College Game Day, the basketball version, in a while. I know they do the shot too. But this was better. This was a full arena. This was against an NBA legend, Hall of Famer. It was awesome. He made it. Lillard threw some money on him from the bin. I had heard that Kyrie stole some cash as a joke, and I heard that Durant stole it from him. It was just singles. They weren't stealing, the hundreds of dollars from anyone. But I didn't see that. I don't know if there's video of that, but I heard that was funny. I think that was funny. I don't know if people attacked them for that. Who gives a shit? But that was the highlight. And other than that, they did honor TNT, Shaq, Ernie, Kenny, and Chuck. They did honor them. It did hurt the game because they did it in between the final of Shaq's team and Chuck's team. Pretty much, we got the World All-Stars versus the Hall of Fame team, the active Hall of Fame team from America. Didn't live up to it because honestly, the OG team, they were trying to hit like a game-winning 3 to eliminate the Rising Stars, and it didn't go as planned. And until Durant had to be like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go like dunk." But the OG team was just fresh, and then that TNT nod was just poorly placed in the middle of that final game, so it kind of killed the crowd, kind of killed the momentum, and really hurt the World's chance to like get in a groove and get in a rhythm. But anyway, I'm breaking down a game no one cares about. I should be talking about Four Nations, but fuck it, it's my podcast. So Curry, hometown boy, wins the MVP. He hit a half-court 3. Typical Curry. I said he does chuck, but he makes more than he misses, really, in games like this. But he does chuck. But he MVP, rightfully so. He's entertaining. He led the charge, and the OGs without LeBron, they were a man down, and they're all older. The average age was like 32 for them. They beat Jokic and Wemby, and I don't know, Giannis didn't play. Giannis got replaced by Trae Young, which I forgot to mention last episode. But anyway, Team OGs minus LeBron win. And listen, if you're complaining about it, if you have no interest, fine. But if you didn't watch it, why are you talking about it? That's my issue. We have a lot of people who don't gather the info before they bash shit. I watched it. It wasn't bad. There was about 5 blocks in the first game. When was the last time you saw an All-Star game with multiple block shots? So defense was there when it called for it because some games weren't close. But the first game was good. The Rising Stars actually beat Kenny's team because Kenny's team had the Chuckers. But yeah, so it was nice to see a Nick not do anything because Jalen Brunson was out right away. Sorry, hate the Knicks. But listen, people are comparing the Four Nations to the NBA All-Star Game. The only reason we have a Four Nations is because Bettman pulled his pros out of the Olympics. NBA didn't. And because the NHL All-Star Game has been so awful, uninteresting. I don't know if that's a word. Not interesting, uninteresting. It's been so lame, such a non-factor in this month of post Super Bowl sports that, and I'm sure Gary Bettman knew, listen, Adam Silver and the NBA about to crush it with this Paris Olympics because they did. They took their summer by storm. It was Simone Biles and KD, Stephen, and LeBron having to gut out a gold medal. That was awesome. So I think Bettman knew that, planned for this, and it's a success. I don't think we'll ever see it again because we have now like the World Cup of Hockey coming back and the NHL is going to the Olympics. So this could be one and done unless they do it every like 2 or 4 years or something. But enjoy it while you have it. I do like the surge in hockey fans, but let's be honest, this is just a national thing, and a lot of other factors come into that. I won't touch that. I don't care about that too much. But the people that are going to tune in tomorrow night, they're not watching Sharks Kraken on ESPN Plus, so this will be short-lived. But again, the only reason you have the Four Nations is because the All-Star Game was fucking terrible. The skills became fucking terrible. Even with Connor McDavid being like, oh, these are what I practice in the offseason. Let's have everyone do it. And it was just terrible. It took like 5 hours to get through the skills comp because people just couldn't hit targets with passes and shit. It was terrible. Anyway, that's my soapbox that I'm stepping off of. NBA All-Star Game was fine. Curry, hometown guy, good. Kid won $100K for hitting a shot. Good, cool. But the real story is we have what we hope for. We have a Canada-USA final tomorrow night in Boston for all the marbles. Now, that first game, 3 fights right away, I didn't love it because it was premeditated. It wasn't heat of the moment shit. There was a group text, and the Kachuk brothers was like, who are you fighting? I'm going to fight this. Well, whatever, stupid. It's not the Olympics. This is a made-up, fabricated tournament. But it's fun, and I'm into it, yes. But miss me with all that, oh, look how much they care. Like, calm down. They don't make $60 million fucking dollars a year like LeBron. Like, and if they did, maybe things would be different. But anyway, I'm not here to shit on anything. I'm just here to talk about tomorrow night. Should be fun. The Kachuk brothers banged up. McAvoy in the hospital has an infection from an injury from, I believe, the Finland game. So Quinn Ewers is not playing hockey, my friends. Quinn Hughes who was originally picked for the team, had to miss, but they're shipping him in from Vancouver, which answers one of my early questions about this tournament. Could you replace people? Yeah, you can. My other question was, is this NHL only, which I think it is. So, I don't think Sweden and Finland could, call in, a super kid, a wonder kid from Sweden or Finland who would be nasty. But he's not in the NHL. I don't think he can play in this. But, yeah, tomorrow night should be fun. They go to Boston. Well, they are in Boston. We'll see if there's fights or whatever. I mean, Canada looks like America woke a sleeping giant. They jumped on Finland. I think it was 4-0 before you could blink. And it was their big guys. It was, McKinnon and McDavid and Marchand, I believe, again. Their big boys came to play. So USA has their work cut out. Should be fun. Should be good. Let's hope for the best. Obviously, I'm rooting for USA. But, if Connor McDavid starts to build that trophy case. I won't complain about that. Just add to a legend. I'm not. This isn't that serious. This isn't the Olympics. People are jumping in, rightfully so, but I don't know. I don't get hyped for made up shit. If my Bulls won the NBA in-season tournament, cool, but win a title, win the Olympics. It sounds like I'm shitting on it. I'm just being honest. All right, so go USA. We'll tune in tomorrow night. Should be good. Should be fun. Should be fireworks. I'd rather see the clean hits like McAvoy did on McDavid, taking them off his skates, and I'd like to see us beat them. Beat them, maybe not skill-wise, but beat them grit-wise, pull out a win. But listen, if there's fights, there's fights. Part of the game. I don't shy away from that shit. But yeah, tune into that. Finland and Sweden go home empty-handed, and now it's USA versus Canada. We'll react to that on Friday. I'm not coming back on Thursday. Coming back on Friday, really just to react to the Four Nations, and if there's anything in the world of sports we need to talk about, like how Giancarlo Stanton doesn't have elbows right now, which is hilarious. I don't know how that happens. I thought he was shying away, backing down from that powerlifting strategy he had. Who knows what's going on with that guy's body. But anyway, last thing I want to talk about is near and dear to my childhood. Quick story. Went to Comic-Con with my sister 2 years ago. And I'm walking around. She and her partner, her boyfriend, fiance, whatever. They wanted to go check something out, so I said, all right, I'm gonna go just walk around. And I was day drinking. I had a lot of high noons. Too many high noons. And I was just walking around, and I look and I see the old time wrestler section, like next to like the Funko toys, whatever. I'm like, oh, weird. I'm like, oh, there's Jake the Snake. Oh, there's Mick Foley. And then I stopped dead in my tracks, and I saw someone who I thought was dead, who I really enjoyed watching growing up. And that was Axe. Axe and Smash were my favorite tag team growing up. They had Crush later, but Crush I knew had passed. So this is a WWE tag team from my childhood. I had thought one was dead. They were there in front of my face, and I had a lot of vodka in me, and I was like, what is going on? I didn't walk up to him and say I thought you were dead, but I went up there, gave them their flowers, as people say. Got a picture, paid like $60 for the picture to their little creepy manager. But listen, why am I bringing them up? They have been held out of the WWE Hall of Fame. That might be changing this year. They deserve it. I did not realize that when they walked to the ring, they were in S&M gear. Too young to realize that. Coming out of religion class, watching my superhero cartoons, and then two grown men in face paint wearing some S&M shit to the ring and beating the shit out of people. Listen, they were awesome. They were fun. I guess I knew them before Legion of Doom, but I guess they were the answer, Vince's answer to the Road Warriors, Legion of Doom. But I loved them. I thought they were better. Maybe they weren't, but they are in my opinion. So anyway, that's the last note of the day, is that Demolition, Axe and Smash, and maybe Crush, who was passed, might be getting into the WWE Hall of Fame in April. Let's hope so. Be the 10-year-old, 8-year-old, and me smiling somewhere, hoping that happens. And do it while they're still alive. Don't do it with these Hall of Fame. And I know it's the WWE Hall of Fame and whatever, but listen, they were significant. They held the tag team belts longer than anybody up until about 5 years ago. So put them in while they're alive. Don't wait. What the MLB did with the Negro League is embarrassing. Get these people in while they still know what's going on. Steve Mongo McMichael, that was great. So shit like that. Alright, that's it. Go USA. Watch the NBA. Take your vitamins. Say your prayers. And tune in Friday. Well, we'll react to either a U.S. Four Nations Cup victory or more dominance again on the ice. So we'll see. Should be fun. Enjoy it. Be safe until Friday. Good night. And I don't know if I can say good luck.